Every month we tell you about some of the biggest new and upcoming games, but that's not enough for you, is it? You're a very discerning gamer with extremely refined tastes, and you want something more.
Yes, you always look beyond what's handed to you, searching for what else might be out there. Well, lucky for you, every month Cole Watson searches out some of the most interesting hidden gems with people just like you in mind. Let's see what he's discovered this month.
Season's greetings, GameStop. I don't know what season it is. There are no windows in here, and I've lost track of how long I've been here. Gonna guess 6 years, maybe? Anyhow, I'm Cole Watson, and I'm here to talk to you about these 6 games and nothing else. No wacky anecdotes, no non sequiturs, just plain old objective information. I'm kidding, it's gonna be stupid, don't worry. Roll that intro graphic, Sean. First up, it's Ark Survival Evolved, an open-world survival hit that Ark survived its early access phase and is finally Ark Survival evolving into a full retail release. That's right, that's 2 jokes on just the title alone. I think I deserve a raise. Now, if you've been on the internet or near an 8-year-old at all in the last year, you've probably at least heard of this game, and there's good reason that it's garnered such immense popularity. Ark has been a playable early access title since 2015, with numerous free updates and expansions having been periodically added since that time in order to expand player abilities, keep the game fresh, and to ensure that the game can't be hacked to make the dinosaurs come to life in people's living rooms, which is undoubtedly a thing we don't want. There's a reason that scientists aren't funding an actual Jurassic Park project, and that's because dinosaurs, they're just a handful. Take my word for it. The full retail package of Ark Survival Evolved will be anachronistically ripping through retailers this August 8th. This next one is for all the people out there who, despite having nearly 7 years of non-stop zombie-oriented content gushing out of nearly every facet of media, can't seem to get enough undead action. Dead Alliance is the latest multiplayer zombie FPS developed by Psyop Games that is offering a new twist on the genre. Now, regardless of how you may feel about the proliferation of zombie titles over the last half-decade or so, Dead Alliance seems to be taking a fresh approach to PvP zombie action and turning it on its head by allowing you to use zombies as tools against your opponents. With the use of in-game Z-mods, you'll be able to tactically manipulate zombies to your will, changing the ebb and flow of gameplay. In addition, its last man standing gameplay style makes it just as much about surviving against the semi-conscious zombie AI as it is surviving against other players. There's also the issue of surviving the crushing existential weight of existence, but that extends far beyond the scope of the game and is best left discussed at 4 in the morning after an emotionally exhausting evening. Dead Alliance will be available for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC this August 29th, so put on your welder's masks and get ready for some gross splattery stuff. Up next, we have Knack 2, the follow-up to one of the PlayStation 4's most visually charming launch titles. While the option to play through the game solo was provided, Knack 2 is a game truly designed for cooperative play. Taking notes from the likes of Kirby, Ratchet & Clank, and Crash Bandicoot, Knack 2 seems to strike a balance between accessibility, stimulation, and fun, which are, in my opinion, the 3 defining factors of a great game. This is a game that's explicitly designed to be enjoyable for players of all levels of experience, and it shows with its emphasis on platforming and combat with varying levels of complexity. For example, when you attack an enemy, you can just mash away at that attack button with no regard for who or what you're hitting if that's what you're into. There is no penalty for spamming and screaming. However, for more nuanced players, you can parry and evade enemy attacks with precision and strike back with an array of combos and customizable abilities. This ensures that the game is satisfying for everyone, and I think that, paired with the game's delightful visuals, makes this one worth your attention. Pre-order Knack 2 today before it rivals Godzilla in stature and anger on September 5th. At number 4, we have Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, the latest addition to the critically acclaimed Dishonored series from one of my personal favorite developers, Arcane Studios. I've admired Arcane's work since the first Dishonored, with their distinct brand of storytelling and their ability to give the player a lot to uncover in a small space as opposed to a giant open world. Plus, they managed to make something steampunk that doesn't smell like industrial smog and Comic-Con BO, so that's cool too. Death of the Outsider is a standalone expansion pack and sequel to Dishonored 2 that puts players in the role of Billy Lurk, the boatman from Dishonored 2, as she sets out to uncover and kill the ever-elusive outsider. The Dishonored franchise is all about choice, and that is still very much the case in this expansion. You can kill a bunch of people in horrible ways, or not. You can sneak around silently under the cloak of darkness, or you can bump into stuff and make a bunch of noise, like Kevin James and literally everything that Kevin James has ever been in. Death of the Outsider will be sneaking past you and rifling through your personal belongings on September 15th. Up 5th, we have ELEX, which stands for Eclectic, Lavish, Exhilarating Xennial, and does not stand for Ethiopia's Least Enticing Xenomorph, as I had previously thought. I assumed it was a reality TV spin-off of Alien in the vein of America's Next Top Model or something, but instead of America, it's Ethiopia, and instead of monstrous aliens, no wait, I guess that part's the same. Anyways, ELEX is an action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic world described as science fantasy by Piranha Bytes, the studio behind this project. Armed with swords, firearms, the unfiltered spirit of adventure, and eventually magic, players are put into a vast, seamless world without invisible borders or loading screens. This, in conjunction with the many factions of varying morality you may choose to join, ensures that everything in the aforementioned vast, seamless world reacts to the player's actions, which provides an authentic atmosphere, deep moral choices, and powerful actions as per the game's official website. Now, you may be thinking, wow, he just pasted that from the game's website? That's a weak writing practice. Didn't this clown ever take an English course? To that, I say, Elex will be fluidly interacting with everything on its way to stores this October 17th. Finally, let's talk about Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen and how it's making its way to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in honor of its 5th birthday. Now, I'm not saying that I'm bitter about all the attention that it's getting, but I am saying that for my 5th birthday, all I got was an oversized hand-me-down Nike sweatshirt and a bouncy castle that never fully inflated. It was very unsafe. If you can't remember all the way back to 2012, and who can, Dragon's Dogma was and still is a Capcom RPG that received mass critical acclaim. Remember, it had that weird lion goat snake boss at the beginning? Here, Sean, bring it up. This one. What was up with that? Seems like a weird combination of animals even for a JRPG. What are you doing there, Capcom? Dark Arisen was the second iteration of the game, releasing just 1 year after the original, with a few minor tweaks and roughly 15 hours of new content. At the time of this recording, Capcom hasn't released any official information regarding this new version specs, but at longish last, we will finally have that very same memorable experience on our shiny new consoles, with our faster processors and our more RAM and whatever. Keep your eyes peeled for this one, coming this Halloween. To summarize, I may not be sure that I exist, but these games certainly do, and that's noteworthy. For more information on any of these titles, speak with the guest advisor, or simply call your mom and demand that she give you the formula. She'll know what it means.
Thanks, Cole. Later in the show, we'll check out some updated classics, but next, it's all things 3DS. We'll be right back.